I want to talk about research and the myth that research is a singular function that should live somewhere in an organization that serves a singular purpose. Normally, when we say user research, it is a function that people think lives generally in the product design process, right? That somewhere, once we understand what we want people to do in things like, hey, we're going to do some research to understand people's interactions with these things. This is fundamentally flawed and holds back a lot of job seekers because they don't understand that research can take place. Research is a skill, a lens that you can use across a business. So at a basic level, every business is three things. It's a business model, a behavioral model, and an operational model. The business model is what behaviors we're going to monetize and how, right? So we need to figure out that, we want to get into the hot wing selling business and that we're going to monetize through direct payment. So people are going to buy hot wings directly from us. It's not a subscription. It's not going to be subsidized by someone. We're not going to monetize their data. It's not advertising. It's direct sales of hot wings. That is the business part, right? Then there's a behavioral model. How do we actually get people to eat hot wings? Like, what do we need to do in the world that make hot wings? Those could involve flavors or ways of serving or all sorts of other kinds of interventions that get people to eat our hot wings. Then there's an operational bit, right? So the operational bit is, well, how do we do this across 10,000 locations? How do we ensure consistency, et cetera? Now, research can happen in any of these three places. There's a huge amount of research that goes into figuring out that, hey, we should be in the business of selling hot wings, not burgers and not pork buns, right? There's quantitative and qualitative research that happens in the business part of the business, right? In the behavioral model, which is my part, there are quantitative and qualitative researchers. They are generally understanding why people do things in the world today. Why do people eat hot wings today? Why do they not eat hot wings today? How are our hot wings going to change that balance, right? Because we need to change how much people are eating hot wings in order to be successful. Then there's operational research, right? There's a whole discipline of research that's about figuring out, hey, how do you make these things happen consistently? How do you make, sort of people talk and do and prepare and, waitress and serve and all these other things in a specific way? That's all operational research, right? So when we talk about research or science or any of these other loaded terms, it's not a singular thing that sits one place. It's a set of skills that can occur in all three parts of the business, in the business part of the business, in the behavioral part of the business, and in the operational part of the business. So stop trying to think that, user research or science or whatever has to sit in this tiny little bucket here in the middle that's about product development, and start realizing that actually people are doing research all throughout. Because if we're making decisions, we always want to be making evidence-based decisions. How do we get evidence? Research. So if we want to make evidence-based decisions all the way across our organization, we have to be doing research all the way across our organization because that's how we get evidence. So no more silos. Research can exist across all three parts.